Look at this 10-year chart.
If the government is invested in something, they obviously have a incentive for it to do well,
For sure.
right?
That's yeah,
And they have resources to kind of make sure that they do well on a certain level.
correct.
So should you invest in Intel? No. Is this the buy signal to buy Intel stock?
I would not.
I don't, and I won't.
I would not.
And it's not because of the like I said, the risk mitigation of having government involvement.
It's a good trade, not a good long-term investment.
Right. What they do is the reason why I wouldn't invest in it. How far they are behind in what they do is why I wouldn't invest in it. Right. Like we talked about it a few weeks ago in terms of GPUs, in terms of CPUs, where they're at in placement of innovation for the next 3 to 5 years. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't care if you throw
Yeah.
20 billion at it. The race that you have to catch up is so grand that I wouldn't touch it right now.
Whipped cream on scat is still scat.
Scat. Because we're live, you said scat.
It is what it is. But but you have to give them credit for at least trying to do something to turn these companies around, opposed to just throwing money at it. From like, if it was just us, or if it was Shark Tank or Blackstone or BlackRock, no one would have an issue with this. Should it happen? Probably not. But we cannot. The economy is so fragile; it cannot contain the fallout if this company actually went under.
Yeah, and it's crazy because shout out to the chat again. And I forgot to mention, when we say the government money, that really is taxpayer money.
For sure.
So, yeah, your money.
Yeah.
Save American companies.
And put some questions in chat because we are live. So we are answering questions.
Yeah.
MIT reports that 95% of artificial intelligence investments are currently unprofitable. What does that tell us?
That the AI funding bubble is coming to an end. And I think Meta, you guys reported on this, and I put it in Stock Club as well. Think about it like this. 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago, you had founders that had never sold a product and had no revenue were turning down multi-billion-dollar offers. I don't know where they went to business school, but Rashad, if they offer the billion or something for Market Mondays, you can sign for me. The signature just wild me. So the bubble in terms of the large language models are done for now. There will be a lot of focus on sector-specific LLMs and growth over the next 2 or 3 years. But every company, and this is why I always say go to best of breed. But once you have a category, there's only going to be a few leaders. You're not going to have 19 LLMs that are incredibly profitable. Even in the defense space, it's going to be the legacy defense companies. Now, with the AI-driven and tech-driven, you're going to have Palantir and Anduril. Those leaders are set. So I think everyone that comes in copying and is not the preeminent leader in that sector, they're going to get slaughtered.
Yeah, I think that was the exact point I was going to make, and I'm glad you said it. There are going to be a few leaders, and there's going to be those hyperscalers. And if they don't lead, they're going to acquire the company that they think could be the potential thing that changes it. I think the reason why we see that statistic is because people are trying to make the next greatest innovation. And it takes a lot of capital to do that, right? Sure. And I agree with you. The people who are getting the capital a lot of times don't look like us, but that's why you have to have things like InvestFest and shout out again to Paul Judge, investing in AI and investing in scale. But there are places where there is a rate of return, and we can focus on those. So like I was like, all right, let me look it up. So inside of AI, what has been working now from a business standpoint, right? Customer service and service automation. Why? That can be. Jack told you he created technology over the weekend.
Yeah. Things that would take 6 months.
18 months and 20 people, he did it in a weekend by himself in his house, right? So if you can do customer service and service, number one, that brings down the cost of business and it also makes it more efficient. So that has been working inside the AI space. Back office operations and admin tasks. I mean, we know that on a daily basis just from our personal lives, how that works. And then healthcare and life sciences. So this is a good one. AI tools in medical imaging, drug discovery, and clinical trial optimizations. Those have been winning. If you look at the statistics of what inside of AI has been winning at a small scale, that has been winning. The large scale things, the chat GPT of the world, that's going to take a lot of time, a lot of capital. Even when we saw with DeepSeek, like,
Yeah,
they said it was
it was
6
a blip
million.
on the radar.
When you did the numbers, it actually came out to being almost 7 billion. These are astronomical numbers. If you can focus on these key points and then build on top of those, yeah, you could be super successful. But right now, everybody's trying to find the next thing. They're trying to find the VO3. They're trying to find, I'm going to
But
be the person
sometimes the
that.
leader is just like, put it in chat. I will invest in the and hold. Chat
Yeah.
GPT and OpenAI has 750 million weekly users.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember a tech company like we're talking about. They're getting into like Microsoft 95 operating system, 98 territory in terms of market share that they've captured. Why would you bet against that? It's insane. Even NVIDIA, my love for NVIDIA, for anyone who built computers, like they had 80% of market share in 2017, 2018, 2019. They've only gotten bigger. You can kind of see the change. Going back to the eye test, you don't see the love for Apple as much as you used to maybe 10 years prior. These are things you can see and feel. That's real sentiment. Stop betting against the winner.
Yeah, the other part was, do we know the real from the fake? I think we know who the real are.
For
They
sure.
make themselves very clear. There will be companies that will come in as the technology gets better and be disruptive, right? If we could find out, and that's why I think what's important inside of business, like, what's the problem that we can solve, right? There will be companies that will
Real
come and
use
solve
cases.
problems that we're not thinking of now because the technology is so great and it's so efficient and it's so expedited, that will come and do it.
So, okay, somebody had a question. They said, in the past, y'all said September is a month that historically prices drop. Should we wait for a September drop before purchasing?
The market drops every month. Yes. Buy the prices on the price that I give, respectfully, humbly. But if I made you money, please put yes in chat. Yes. Buy every month. Technically, if you want to be a technician, go to the month chart, week chart, day chart. Talked about it yesterday. Then go to a lower time frame. There's a drop in the market every day. But September, yes, there will be a pullback, just like there was a drop in August historically, which happened last Wednesday. The thing is, when the drop happens, it's like if I drop 50 grand on stage and it went off, and the crowd will go get it. These drops happen on a Wednesday, then y'all don't go pick up not y'all, but the general public.
Not
When
these
the
people.
market drops, please go get the money out of the market, please. But September, in our first episode, I will be so happy to give you prices for whatever stocks you guys want. So tune into Market Mondays, the first Monday of September, and it'll be a free-for-all on pricing.
Yeah, historically that has been the case, but this is a very unconventional year. So just be prepared for all of it, right? We always talk about having reserves and being ready, and dollar cost averaging into positions, because hey, if NVIDIA pulled down to 173, that could potentially be that the lowest is going to be for the next 2 months. We don't know, right? But we want to make sure that we're investing in strong companies.